And then let's get some links out here. The YouTube page.
Well, Tammy, Neil, and I are here expecting that we might be joined by others in 360 PD. We're here chatting about the significance of individuals and groups in our professional and personal learning networks, and how our own learning and our collaborative learning and our influence greatly is shared and enhanced by knowing who we're connected with and how we're connected with them, so that we can better support, encourage, and be there for each other. And Tammy and I were just chatting about what incredible growth happens when educators are connected with one another. Did you get that profound statement, Tammy, sent out? Because that was precious.
Yes, I did. I sent that profound statement out.
Good.
Trying to get our link for our video out there. And tag some of you in it. Okay. Okay, Rick, I just tagged you in the link to our YouTube stream.
Got it, and retweeting it out.
Okay. And I'm going to open up our Q&A in case we get any questions from there.
And I just want to respond to what you said a couple minutes ago, Tammy. The more bridges we have connecting ourselves with others, the more influence we can have. The more we learn, because when we're connected, we share each other's resources.
Right. Right.
You have people that you can get answers from that I don't know. So by having a connection between the two of us, I can ask you a question. You can say, Rick, I don't know the answer, but I know somebody who does.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, we had that same conversation this morning on Voxer on a group called EduMatch, and it all tied back to the 6 degrees of separation. You know, the old Kevin Bacon thing?
Yes.
And it's the same thing. If you know somebody that I don't know, because I know you, I now have a connection to them. And I don't necessarily have to foster that same relationship you have with that person. But because you have that relationship, and if that person is as willing to share as you are, and that person shares with me. It's a mathematical equation.
And I can just introduce the two of you, and then you can be off and running.
Yeah.
There isn't a learning curve. There isn't as much of a learning curve in a case like that.
No, because the trust is built between you and the person you know, and the trust is built between you and I. And so therefore, because I trust you, I trust your judgment to be a part of my PLN, but somebody I go to frequently, I can trust your judgment with the person that you go to frequently. So now this is somebody that has an automatic reference built in.
And therefore, there can be a working relationship that happens very quickly with minimal relationship building time because there is mutual trust.
Right.
And you can become immediately effective and productive and sharing resources without doing it all yourself.
Right. Art LaFlame just a minute ago sent us a link to an article to mentoring and PD, And so, Art, if you're watching the broadcast, we appreciate that. We're going to retweet that out here so that people can see. Excuse me, can see it. We want to send some best wishes out to our dear friend Beverly, who is under the weather today. And yeah, she's not doing too well today, so we want to do that. So I don't know how many more are going to watch, but that's okay. I like talking to you.
And we know that Eric has recently been experiencing technical difficulties electronics-wise with audio equipment, and he was trying to get that resolved. And I would say within 2 minutes, we will be joined by Justin, who is en route home.
Yeah.
But Tammy, as I was saying before, within the past 2 weeks, maybe even 10 days, PLN has just kicked in. There have been a lot more just immediate connections. Sit down and say hi, and you just jump right in, and stuff begins to happen.
Yes. The conversations that I'm having with people on Twitter, there's a lot more, oh, you were in that chat, and I was in that chat, so let's chat together now. That's happening. And I think that it's really important, Rick, that we can throw around the phrase PLN or Personal Learning Network or Professional Learning Network or whatever acronym you want to call it. But for me personally, and I know the conversations you and I have had, that being able to identify, to actually have a list of people that you can say, I go to these people, is so valuable. And to be able to tell someone face to face, you actually are a part of my PLN, is strong, very powerful. And
I don't think it's said enough. And when somebody says that, it's I trust you with my learning. I can go to you. I can reach you at virtually any time. And if I have needs, I'm going to you. And if you have needs, you have the right to come to me.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what state you're in, what time zone you're in. It's called being connected and being supportive of one another's growth. Wow. Timmy, we will meet one day. We have yet to meet, but we will meet one day.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I wanted to say, wait a minute, Timmy, we have met. No, we haven't met yet. So.
We haven't. No. I can't reach out and touch.
Oh, but see, but nothing will be different because we know each other and we've shared so much and we've grown together that it's an immediate connection. It already exists. It already exists.
Yes.
Because of technology.
Right. Yeah. Listen, world, I can just tell you now, if you are around when Rick and I get to meet one another, pull out your cameras. Just pull them out. Okay? It's going to be one of those moments. Hopefully, maybe at the end of June at ISTE. Maybe. We'll see. Raising money. But
I will be crying, Tammy. I will be.
Yeah, it's going to be epic. Epic. We might actually make some of those crazy video things happen.
Oh, speaking of crazy, look who just joined us. Yeah. Justin, I think your mic is off, or now it's on. Now it's off. He's tweaking his settings.
Now it's on.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Okay, good.
Welcome.
Well, since when is there a plugin for Google Hangouts? I had to install a plugin. I've never had to install a plugin before.
Man,
I had to do that
wow.
when I first started.
Oh, well, I haven't had to do it ever until right now. I mean, it took literally 5 seconds, but...
I haven't done a plugin yet, so I don't know what's different, but...
It's through Chrome, so I don't know. Weird.
Justin, you look sane. You look sane and stable.
I'm always looking sane and stable, and the inside is what's not.
You said that with a straight face. Unbelievable.
Give him a few more years, it'll all come boiling out.
Oh, I don't want to play cards with you, man.
No, I'm pretty good.
You certainly are.
Close to the best. There's Justin.
So we're live, huh? Yeah,
Yes, we are live.
We're live, and Tammy and I were just talking about how important we have found each other and our educators that we have connected with. Do you want to make some remark about being connected, Justin?
I mean, I don't think, to be quite honest, I don't think I'd be the teacher I am right now if I didn't have my Twitter PLN or, you know, make connections. I mean, a lot of my connections were through Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of, I mean, I started my Twitter account when I was in college, and this is only my 4th year teaching. But I don't know, it kind of like ignites a fire inside, just talking to people and meeting people and even just reading, like just sitting there and reading tweets. It just, I don't know, it sparks something inside of me. It's like, I'm going to do that. Or it's just inspiring, I guess, would be the best word.
You hear what somebody else has done, and it gives you reason
I
to
can
believe
do
that you
that.
can do it to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it feels like I haven't talked to you guys since last year.
No.
Sorry. It's that old January joke. I had to get it out. I had to get it out of my system.
Oh, that was a joke. Sorry.
Yeah.
And Justin, just to catch you up, we think that Eric is experiencing audio technical difficulties, and we know that Bev has a feeling under the weather.
Right. I saw that. Okay.
And we know we only have you for just about 30 minutes max. So
Yeah, I know.
we get that. We get that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry.
As Tammy and I were talking, we would like tonight to wrap up PLN so that we can move on. So we want to make sure we can just tie up some loose ends and give ourselves the opportunity to share, tweet out, and pull things together.
I
Sounds good.
sent the link out to our video, to our YouTube link again, so that if there is anybody, they're welcome to either tweet questions or add them to the Q&A on the YouTube page, and we should see those as well. So, you know, share that out so that we can get that going.
Awesome.
Okay, Tony Borash just tweeted very much, let's see, what is he responding to? I tweeted out, "You are part of my PLN" is a powerful statement, and so he's in agreement and still impacted by people introducing him to people such as to his teammates. So when people say that to him, it's very clearly important to him. Brian Costello did some tweeting out. We talked about recognizing your PLN, and he said that's possibly the hardest thing about the Twitterverse is recognizing who you're tweeting, and I mean not who you're tweeting, but you know, we all have lots of people we follow. We follow lots of people. We're followed by lots of people. Not all of those people are part of my PLN.
Right.
You know, so that's a very important distinction there. Just because I follow you does not mean that we've built that relationship yet. It means the door is open to build that relationship.
Right, right.
So, bear with me just a minute, guys.
Justin, have you seen the document yet that talks about the PLN in the 4 quadrants? And have you... No? Okay.
No.
Before this tweet and talk is up, I'll make sure that you see where in our folder it is. You can probably go there right now. let me see if I can tell you the exact folder it's in. Full Circle PD, and it is called Venn Diagram PLN.
Can you grab a link to that and tweet it out? Because I know we made it public last time we talked.
Doing it now.
Okay, awesome.
And I just wanted to say, Justin, that we have talked to that document and we found it very helpful to identify who is where in your network of learning, sharing, growth, which helps us to better be understanding of who we're influencing, who influences us, and where we can go to when we need something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I'm trying to get out of
Hold on, sorry guys.
Grand Central Station.
I went through Grand Central Station and I took a couple pictures of it and I thought, wow, this is intense.
Like camping?
I was on the train, actually.
Oh. That was a joke. Intense, like camping.
Oh.
Did you camp
Just, I'm not even going to describe a piece of my day because I will be crying if I tell you too much about it. But absolutely chaotic school, just like, what? This broke, this broke, this broke. So that went right over my head. Good for you. Good for you. That totally went right over my head.
Good timing, Justin.
Okay, and I can't talk and tweet at the same time, so I'm going to stop talking.
Okay.
I'm back.
So grateful.
Oh. Did you get that link tweeted out, Rick?
I'm doing it as I type.
Okay.
I've been trying to entertain Justin and he me, so that's why I was slacking.
Oh, well.
Get it.
Anyway, so the that document really did help me start to identify, at least in my own brain. I didn't put this, it might not be the best idea to always put names down on paper, but it does at least help me identify in my own brain where people where they fit in my network. And that has been very useful, even for this veteran teacher, to start to realize that there are people in all those categories, and to think beyond just my connections. So,
oh, Rick, you can't type tonight. What's the matter with you? Oh, get your act together.
did you delete it? You deleted it, so it would be perfect.
Well,
It can't not be perfect, huh?
It's there now. And if it's not right, it's there now.
You're still working on that multitasking thing, aren't you?
Oh, I'm not working on it well, let me tell you. But between EdChat Mass and the leadership team there and our recent 4-hour face-to-face conversation and this group and Lead with Giants and so many other groups, our access to resources and our influence can drastically change books that individuals are reading. Somebody can say, oh, I just finished reading such and such. It's really good because of, and you're like, oh, that's something I'm working on. You overhear someone's conversation, you read someone else's tweet, and life can turn on a dime, and you can say, oh, I had no idea And to me, it's huge. To me, it's huge.
Well, not only influence someone to read a book, but influence someone not to read a book.
Right. Well said.
Because there are books on the market, educational books or any other kind of books, that somebody knows you want to read that, and they go, I read that, and it didn't really fit for what I do. This is how I saw it, and it can change your mind, good or bad. And
I'll admit I'm not a reader. I don't like to read. Sadly, weird. But because of Twitter, I have gotten books and read them. I read Teach Like a Pirate at least twice a year. I love that book. And because of the people on Twitter, I wouldn't have probably never heard of it. So I can relate to that.
Mm.
And I'll tell you that because of people on Twitter, I don't feel like I need to read it. They share so much sometimes about that book. And it's not good or bad against the book. Don't get me wrong. I have a copy. I have a signed copy. Very proud of my signed copy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have two copies. One of them signed.
But because so many people talk about it, the need to read that particular book is diminished for some of us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I don't want to take time and read something if you can tell me in 10 minutes what I need to know and why it might or might not work for me. That's great. Rick, read chapter 7 and 8. You need that.
It might mean even more to me.
Sure.
But yeah, I'd probably display my Teach Like a Pirate. We are the Buccaneers, after all.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh. Patch included, right? Patch included.
Yep. So, yeah, we are 360 PD. You can find us at fullcirclepd.org. And we'd love for you to check us out and leave us some information about topics that you may like to see us do. What we do at Full Circle PD is we want to take a topic and take it around the circle. Bring it back again and work on it and keep working on it till we feel like we've mastered whatever that topic is. So that's the importance of today's conversation. We met in November, took December off because of the long holidays that most of us had, and find the need now to wrap up our PLN, recognizing our PLN conversation. And we will be coming back in a couple of weeks with a new topic that we will take around the circle again, and keep taking them around the circle until we feel like we've discussed it, refined it, honed it, made it to the best of our abilities. And so that's what we do here at Full Circle PD. Rick Rowe, Justin, I never say your last name right.
Can I try Nacarado?
Close. Nacarado, like knock.
Nacarado.
Nacarado.
Yep.
Okay. That's Justin Nacarado. We also have Eric Turner, who has technical difficulties tonight, and Beverly Ladd. So we are fully represented from elementary through high school. We are also fully represented from the language arts and math, and I am a CTE teacher this year, so we feel like we pretty well cover the gamut of what's going on in public schools or in schools in general. But by no means do we consider ourselves experts. We came together because we knew we were not experts, and there were topics that we wanted to delve into deeper with each other, and that's where FullCirclePD.org came from. Am I close, guys?
That was awesome.
Not close, but nailed it right on. I just want to add one thing, that when we bring something up as a discussion and we chat about something, and we're challenged here, and we take it into our classroom and we refine it, as Tammy said, and we make it our own and we make adjustments, then we come back and, I don't want to say report on it, but share our findings, share what worked, share what didn't work. That refinement helps us to adapt better and see how it fits for us and make something more robust in our way of making it fit. And that, as Tammy said, makes it full circle. It helps us to look at something, to try it out in the classroom, to come back and share, and then go back to the classroom again and have enough iterations to realize that it works for us, realize why it didn't, realize it works in somebody else's classroom, realize why Justin made more sense of it in an elementary than I'm able to make in a high school classroom, and then he challenged me to try something elementary-ish in a high school classroom and gets us to be more well-rounded, more better educators rather than pigeonholed in grades specifically. And Justin, one of the things I have to thank you for is helping me to be more colorful, creative, fun, because that doesn't necessarily naturally happen to me as a high school educator, but knowing what happens in elementary schools and how impromptu and spontaneous and playful your learning environment is, I can't let that go and say, no, that's only for elementary schools where learning is fun. Because in high school, it's serious. It's not fun anymore. It should be fun.
Be that.
It should be fun.
Yeah. It shouldn't be boring.
So thank you for that being one of the many things you contribute to me.
You're welcome.
Oh, and we got this recorded.
Yeah.
So just the other thing we do here, we actually enjoy each other, and that's what makes this so much fun. So,
I just like to see Tammy pick on Rick. So.
Hey,
Rick,
there
if
are
you
days
didn't realize he was picking on you, sorry.
There are days when it's pick on Tammy, and there's days when it's going to be pick on Justin. Justin, just wait. You're still young. We're trying not to scare you away too fast. But it's coming. It's coming.
I work with 8 and 9-year-olds. You can't scare me away.
Oh.
I work with middle school. You can't scare me away.
Nope.
And I work with high school. You totally can scare me away.
But so we'll be back in a couple of weeks with a new topic and start to take that one around the circle. And I can promise you we're not done with the PLN. It's just we're going to take it back and we're going to look at it for ourselves. And it may be 6 months down the road when we'll bring PLN back and see how it fits. And just like in our classrooms, we're always doing that spiral review, and that's how this all works together. So, guys, I'm going to take us off air, and we can do some full circle PD.
We can wrap up.
Stuff. Okay.
Great.